Oh, my friends, my good friends, it is me, Hank, the cyberpunk hillbilly. I don't know what that voice is. I'm just being silly because it's early in the morning. So yesterday, I was talking about the idea of doing a remake of The Crow, and something that I kind of paved over, something I completely fucking ignored, is the fact that we have a perfectly good remake of The Crow. Not The Crow sequels, not The Crow TV show. I'm talking about John Wick. Y'all know John Wick, right? He's that dude who was a super assassin, and then he fell in love, and then the girl he loved died, and she gave him a dog, and then the dog got killed, and then he went off and killed everybody who killed the dog. In a way, that's kind of just a modern update on the Crow story. It's a love story about loss and revenge. That's what this is. This is a story about loss and revenge, except it has a dog in it instead of a cat like the Crow had in it. But I'm not fucking done. You know what The Crow and John Wick have in common with each other? You know what those two fucking franchises have in common with each other? Are you familiar with a guy named, help me out here, Chad Stahelski? Chad Stahelski was The Crow in the first movie. He was Brandon Lee's stunt double, and after Brandon Lee died on the set of The Crow, Chad replaced him. When you see Brandon Lee in The Crow and you don't see his face, that's probably Chad's body that you're looking at. And he went off, after making The Crow, he went off and made the fucking John Wick movies. Not immediately thereafter, a few years went by. But so what the fuck are we doing? What are we talking about? You know that movie? You know the movie where the dude all in black with the long coat and the long hair, he goes off and he uses guns and martial arts to get revenge on all those people who destroyed the love in his life? Yeah, we have that. And it's one of the greatest action franchises of all time, which is what The Crow is supposed to be. There's all this shit in the new one where they're talking about half the movie's love story between fucking Wuzzy Doom and Fuckaboo, the two fucking lead actors we got for this. Who gives a fuck? The Crow is a martial arts action movie with fucking guns and swords and fucking pow 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 and shit like that. It's not a fucking love story. The love story is a tiny part of it. Saying that The Crow is a love story is sort of like, oh, I really like the maraschino cherry on the top of my ice cream sundae. So the next time I order an ice cream sundae, there's fucking dumb maraschino cherries all over. No, it's a little bit of it. The love story is a little bit. Most of it is a horror martial arts action movie about a dude fucking dudes up, which is what the fucking John Wick movies are, except they're not horror movies. They're just action movies because he's not a fucking zombie back from the dead. But he's The Crow. If you want to see a sequel to The Crow, if you want to see a remake of The Crow, just go fucking watch the John Wick movies. They are as good as it'll ever be, except he doesn't wear goth makeup, which, as a goth who fucking has worn a lot of goth makeup, maybe that's okay. Maybe we can just leave that out. It's so fucking frustrating. They're acting like we're asking for this fucking Crow thing, and again, they just don't get it, man. They just don't get it. They don't get what made the comic special. They don't get what made the movie special. They don't give a fuck about the fact that Brandon Lee's legacy is why we're still talking about this franchise. We don't talk about what James O'Barr went through as a creator and how that created a franchise that we're now this interested in all these years later. Are we really interested in it? Or is it just that it's an IP that gets some traction online so the studios are like, it looks like it's worth putting out a movie for? You did put out a movie. You put out 4 movies. They're the John Wick movies, and they're all the fucking Crow reboot that we need as a society. It's just so crazy since it's the same fucking people working on them. To a limited degree. That one dude. But that one dude seems kind of important. Anyway, I like the John Wick movies. I didn't think I was going to. I thought I would find them a little overkill, but I really actually get they're like watching a dance. There's an almost balletic, that's a word, right? Like the choreography is just absolutely incredible and wonderful to watch. You're not thinking about the fact that John Wick's a one-man death camp just annihilating dozens of human beings. You're not thinking about that. You don't give a fuck about that. Ooh, I think it just started freezing hail outside. That's nice. Anyway, those are some follow-up thoughts on this fucking Crow bullshit that's going on, and the fact that the John Wick movies don't get enough credit for being a remake of The Crow, which is kind of what they are. in a weird way, in a manner of thinking, in a manner of speaking, or whatever the fuck Obi-Wan Kenobi said that one time when he was called out for all the lies he told.
So what I told you was true, from a certain point of view.
Hey, if he can get away with it and still be seen as a honorable Jedi Master, then, you know, I'm sure I'm not just some asshole online, right? 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 Well, I've been Hank the Cyberpunk Hillbilly, and we've been best friends this whole time, and you didn't even know it. It's pretty cool.